Welcome, everybody, to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as we get set to open the 2023 Kentucky High School Athletic Association Gridiron season as the Breathitt County Bobcats in a big matchup tonight between we'll call it a rivalry renewed, as they've said here in Breathitt County. These two teams have known each other very well throughout the history of Breathitt County football. Breathitt County, again, saw it in paper this week. Belfry, a team that the Bobcats used as a measuring stick for many years. Breathitt County able to break through in the mid to late 90s, win some state titles, able to do so again in 2002. Belfry then started their run in 2003. These two teams met up again in the playoffs late 2000s to 2010s, and Breathitt County and Belfry in the last 8 matchups, 4-4. I think overall maybe 9-9, somewhere in that range.
9-9.
And I'm telling you, it's been a great rivalry. Breathitt County has won the toss and has elected to receive.
Of course, this is the 50th year of Breathitt County Bobcat football. Phil Haywood been coaching 50 years. His first win against the Bobcats as a Prestonburg coach versus Dudley Hilton. We're 30 seconds away. We got packed Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex Stadium. Mike Holcomb in the house tonight, with former coach
down
Doug
in front
Back,
of us
right
to our left. Yeah.
I've been following the Bobcats for 35 years, Steve. I've never saw a bigger name on the schedule for a opening game than Belfry. One of the top 10 games in Kentucky, according to Lexington Herald. Jared Peck, we had him on the world famous Sports Talk. One of the top games in the mountains, top 10 games in Kentucky. We are getting ready to start this 2023 Breathitt County football season. This is the revenge tour.
Yeah, that's what they put on their schedule graphic when they released it back in the summer. I do want to remind everybody we are on YouTube tonight. Go to YouTube, search WJSN 97.3. We'll come up. Subscribe to the channel. Check it out. We're live right now, and we're going to be live as many games as we can cover this year, depending on internet access and all that stuff. We will be on the radio for every game, and then if internet allows, we'll be carrying the live stream as well as we await Breathitt County coming out onto the field. Appreciate our sponsors and all that. Of course, you know, talking to head coach Kyle Moore, getting ready for this season, and it's kind of like, you know what? You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Belfry's been in recent time where Breathitt County wants to be, so good way to start the season to kind of see how you are, where you are. And, of course, it doesn't get a whole lot easier this week. You got Belfry. Next week you go to Perry. You come home for Lewis County in the Honey Bowl, and then you're at Johnson Central on the road right after that. So, and then at Hazard before having district play with Leslie, Somerset, and Danville.
Well, and probably the toughest team on that schedule, Johnson Central, ranked in the top 15, number 14 in the Lexington Herald. So a tough schedule, the toughest I can remember.
Belfry will maybe have something to say about who the toughest team is. Of course, Johnson Central, Belfry play later in the year. Breathitt County also in the scrimmages, Pikeville, defending 1A state champion. Actually, 3 in a row now, I think, for Pikeville, if memory serves right. Breathitt County has went back to the B on the helmet. They've had the B with the Bobcat logo on the helmet the last several years. They've went back to just the B as Breathitt County in their home blue uniforms, blue jerseys, blue pants, white numbers, letters. Belfry in the all whites, white helmet with red lettering, the skull and crossbones on the side, white jerseys, white pants with red numbers, letters, and red trim as Belfry gets ready to kick this ball away.
Bobcats ranked 5th in 2A, Belfry 6th in 3A, Steve.
As I'm trying to see who's going to be kicking for the Pirates. It looks like it will be number 17, Newsom. That is Noah Newsom, if the roster I have is correct. And we apologize for any graphics out there that have been having some technical difficulties getting all that stuff to read correctly, but we'll get that corrected shortly as Newsom has the ball teed up.
This YouTube picture is picture perfect. Good job, Steve.
Rick Hensley down there running the camera for us on the sideline. Ball going to be picked up about the 19-yard line by Breathitt County. And getting hit hard was that Corey Combs? No, Isaac Turner. Excuse me. Returning that ball for Breathitt County. And took a hard hit.
Hey, good to see Christy Combs back on the field. She was suffering a knee injury, didn't officiate any last season. Christy Combs, a MC Napier Hall of Famer, led the Navajos to 1994 Girls State Championship. Good to see Christy on a picture-perfect Friday evening at the Riverbank for Bobcat football.
So Breathitt County will have the football 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line after a return of 8 yards by Turner. And it will be Dylan Stacy in shotgun formation, has a power I formation to his left, going play action and going deep down the field, looking for Sperry. And there's the flag, and that will be pass interference against the Belfry Pirates.
Yeah, that pass was out of reach anyway, and Belfry made the cardinal sin of committing that personal foul. Sperry probably would not have caught that pass, but
he would have made a play on it. Now, his closing speed is very well and was trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch and got pulled down as he was getting in position to even look for it as the ball will be placed down at the 42. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Bobcats get a break and much needed. Already, every break they can get is much needed versus this tough Belfry defense.
So 1st and 10 for Breathitt County. Again, we'll get our graphics on the YouTube channel squared away in just a little bit as Bobcats in the gun. Power out to the right of Stacy. He's going to hand it off, gives it to Gibson. Gibson's going to be hit. If he got back to the line of scrimmage, he did well. Looks like he's going to lose a yard back to the 41-yard line.
Belfry returns 12 seniors on this Pirate team. Clock ticking, 11:33, play clock at 23.
Scoreboard is, I don't know. I hear Hubert saying there's a problem with the scoreboard. We'll get that figured out in a minute. Dylan Stacy out of the gun, going to hit Isaac Turner in a screen pass in the right flat, and he's going to be swallowed up and dropped for a big loss. As it'll go back to the 36-yard line, a loss of 5, and it will bring up 3rd down and 16 for Breathitt County.
We're at the 11-minute mark of this first quarter. The Bobcats now, of course, Belfry, they are the master of time management. They will get you on the ground and grind you out and tick off this clock every second they can. That's for 50 years now, that's Bill Haywood's game plan.
That's
keeping the ball
MO,
on the floor, on the ground, and just eat that clock up.
Back to the gun, Breathitt County with trips to the left, wide receiver to the right. Stacy looking deep again, this time on the far sideline. That ball is going to be intercepted at the 32, intended for Sperry, and he's going to make the tackle at the 34 of Breathitt County. Who was that?
Number
making that?
8. All four. Sperry made the tackle, number 8, with the interception. Is that Hunter Hilton? Hilton, a 6'2" sophomore.
And he caught that right around the 31, able to get up to the 35, they say, on the return.
The clock's at 10:18 in the first quarter. We do want to thank everyone for tuning in to WJSN 97.3. Play clock at 15 and ticking.
Belfry going to be in wing T formation. Split out to the left, Hand off up the middle on the belly to the fullback. And we're going to have a flag in the backfield. I think it's going to be against Breathitt County. On the carry was number 5, Young, for the Pirates. And he got it up to the 38-yard line, but I think unnecessary roughness against the Bobcats, yeah. And that'll give the Pirates a 1st down.
That will stop the clock at 10:11 in the first quarter.
Should take it to about the 47 of the Bobcats.
Of course, Belfry in their road white, Bobcats home blue. big crowd here at Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
And handoff again up the middle, and that is Young once again. This time crossing the 45 down to about the 42-yard line before being brought down by the Bobcat defense.
Coach Philip Haywood, the all-time leader in wins in the KSAA football history of 472 wins. 9:35 to go in the first quarter.
2nd and 5. Wing T again for Belfry. This time it's a keeper by the quarterback, Varney. He took a pretty good hit, but ball came out after he went to the ground. It'll be Belfry football, and I believe they have a first down at the Bobcat 36-yard line.
Varney was a freshman starter last year for Belfry. He's now a sophomore. And he will pass the ball on occasion. Belfry not known to pass much, but he will on occasion. Belfry was extremely young last year.
Pirates back to the, well, they're going to go with the pistol wing, if you will. A couple of wideouts to the left, one to the right. And back up the middle again to Young. He's going to get tripped up by Abner as he gets across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7. And that'll bring 2nd and 3 for Breathitt County. Belfry driving. Breathitt County turned it over on an interception in their opening drive.
Now, the Bobcats looked very impressive last Friday in the scrimmages at McGoffin. Of course, Belfry won the best in Class 3A.
Belfry again in that wing T as Varney this time going to go under center. Takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Young. Young not quite a first, but going to get close to the 25. Going to bring up 3rd and, well, I don't know. Might have the first, depending on the spot.
Clock 7:50 and ticking in the first quarter.
Where's the ball sitting at? Is that a first?
I have not seen the signal
First down,
yet.
there it is.
I'll stop the clock at 7:43. Game top blank. Play clock at 30.
1st and 10 for Belfry. This time Varney keeps it going left side, and he's going to be brought down. I think a face mask going to be called against the Bobcats as well. And we'll check the flag, but again, like I said, I think that is going to be a face mask against Breathitt County. Tripped him up around the 13, 14-yard line, and it may be a 15-yard face mask against the Bobcats.
That
So
will
going to
stop
mark it at the 14, and then the penalty against Breathitt County. Personal foul, half the distance to the goal. Should be around the 7-yard line.
That will stop the clock at 7:35. The field here looks in magnificent shape here on the riverbank, the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Looks great. Want to remind folks, we are streaming on YouTube, WJSN 97.3.
We're going to set the ball down at the 7, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Pirates. Wing T underneath the center is Varney. Gives it coming wide, near side to Woolham, who's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Got touchdown at 7:19 here. The clock's still ticking, but it was 7:19. That touchdown. The Pirates on the scoreboard first, 6-0.
And on to attempt the extra point for the Belfry Pirates is Nick Savage. Savage is sophomore. Hold will be by Eli Cottle as Belfry with the snap. Low snap, and it's going to be no good on the conversion.
Good job by the Bobcats special team to cough that up and come up with that loose ball.
And with that, 6-0, Belfry leads back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As Isaac Turner going to get a good return for Breathitt County, have good field position to start the drive around the 45. And now flags coming out. Isaac Turner with a really nice return.
Some extracurricular activity after the play was blown dead. Flags. $7:10 here to go win the first quarter. It's Belfry 6, the Bobcats 0.
He got it to the 45, but they're going to call penalty against the Bobcats. And they'll back it up. Personal foul. Take it back to the 30 where Breathitt County will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, Breathitt County. 7:10 to play in the first quarter. Belfry with a 6-0 lead over the Bobcats. Breathitt County's second possession of the game as they look to try to get on the board. Stacy in the gun. Has a power set to his right. The handoff going to go to Gibson. He's running behind that power set. He's going to cross the 30 to about the 31. And that's all she can, or all that's going to be there anyway.
There's some stingy Belfry defense early on here. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats trailing 6-0. As Stacy looks for the play call from Coach Kyle Moore.
We'll get our graphics back on here in a little bit with the time and score and everything, but it is 6-0 Belfry, 6:34 to play in the first. Shotgun formation again for the Breathitt County Bobcats. Shuffle pass up the middle, and that's caught. Is that Tincher? No, that's Combs. He gets it across the 31 to the 32 to bring up 3rd and 8 for Breathitt County. Good defense, interior defense for the Pirates. As Breathitt County not getting a lot offensively at the moment. 6:06 and counting here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation. One wide out to the left. One out to the right as well. And you got a tight end and an H-back on the right side. Gibson to the left of Stacy. There's a snap going to a hook on the near side, and pass is dropped and incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Breathitt County again in punting formation, or will be in punt situation here.
And Spurry wished he could have that play black. Hit him right in the numbers, and he said, "My bad, Coach." And this first game jitters for the Bobcats, understandably so. The clock is stopped at 5:46. Bobcats trailing 6-0.
There's the punt. Going to be fielded back at the 38. Dropped initially. And I believe that's Woolham for Belfry. Breaks some tackles, gets pushed out of bounds at the 45 of Breathitt County.
Yeah, it's number 11, Caden Woolham, 6'3" senior, one of 12 seniors for the Belfry Pirates. Clock stopped at 5:35 to go in the first. The lights are on here at the Riverbank and a full house here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
They're going to mark it at the 46 of Breathitt County.
Bobcats need a stop.
Handoff up the middle. Breathitt County there after a minimal gain, going to cross the 45 down to the 44 to bring up 2nd and 8 for for Belfry.
This Belfry offense will try to wear you down by keeping the ball on the ground. We do want to invite everyone to go to YouTube, type in WJSN 97.3. This game is streaming live right now.
Apologize for missing graphics, but we'll get that lined out. Wing T pistol for Belfry. They're going to hand it off. No, excuse me, going to come near side on the pitch. That's Woolham. And Breathitt County stayed home. That was Kylan Combs. And Woolham going to be dropped for a loss back at the 46, the original line of scrimmage for the Belfry Pirates. And that will bring up 3rd and 10 for Belfry.
Big time play by 25, Kylan Combs. What the Bobcats needed.
Freshman for Breathitt County, Kylan Combs. Him and his brother on the defensive side of the ball for the Bobcats. When I say his brother, I'm talking about Corey Combs, both sons of Shorty Combs. Belfry looking to pass, looking deep down the middle of the field, wide open. Woolham, he's got it complete, and that will be a touchdown, Belfry.
Yeah, this young man can throw the ball, and they throw just enough to keep you honest.
Yep. And that touchdown comes at the 4:04 mark in the first quarter, extends that lead to 12-0 Belfry.
So will they go for 2?
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Offense is staying on the field. Looks like the offense is staying on the field. Now appears that they may try to – no, take that back. Half the offense stayed on the field. The other half went off. Now they're coming back on. So 2-point conversion attempt for the Pirates coming up.
Clock stopped at 4:04. Play clock under 20 seconds now.
As Varney under center, hands it off to Young. He'll get the conversion good going left side. And it's 14-0 in favor of the Pirates. We will take a 1-minute break. Be back in 1 minute. You're listening and watching WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Getting set to kick it away back to the Bobcats. It is 14-0 in favor of the Pirates at the moment. And Breathitt County in dangerous situation here with 4:04 to play in the first. It's time to muster some stuff on offense, get the defense going as Isaac Turner picks the ball up at the 15, going to start to the middle of the field, come back to his left, get it across the 20 to the 23. And that's where Breathitt County will take over. 1st and 10.
On these kickoffs, Belfry is definitely keen on Turner.
Well, Belfry, a very disciplined football team as far as how they cover, how they move, how they play every aspect of the game.
The system's been in place for 40 years. So
here's Breathitt County in the wishbone formation. Stacy under center. Turns, gives it to the back coming near side. Trying to see who that is as he gets it to about the 25-yard line. And That may have been Gibson, it was. Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 for the Bobcats.
Clock 3:33 here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
Breathitt County going to keep it in the wishbone. As play call coming in. Still going no huddle, even though they're in the bone. Stacy under center. Tolson the fullback. There's a snap. Going play action this time. Trying to hit the wheel. We're out to the near sideline. It was open. Man, was it open. But the pass is overthrown and goes out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up for Breathitt County.
Look for Stacy to make that play down.
Oh, as the year.
The timing gets better, he will make that play.
Absolutely. But again, the play was there.
3:09, clock stop, 14-0. Bobcats trail Belfry. Now, the Imagine State, the Bobcats will return this home game next season at Belfry, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's the plan, anyway. As Breathitt County with 3rd and long. Stacy looking to pass. Still looking, rolls to his right. Has a man over there, Wills Turner. It's complete down the far sideline. Cuts inside, going to be brought down inside the 25 of Belfry, down to about the 24. And that's the pass game that if Breathitt County can get going, it's going to open up a lot of avenues on the run game, which I believe is going to be their strength this year.
Exactly what the Bobcats needed to get this crowd involved.
As the Bobcats going to go back to the shotgun formation, ball on the right hash. 2:58 here to play in the first. 14-0 in favor of the Belfry Pirates. Breathitt County, a couple of wideouts to the right, a couple to the left as well. Gibson will be right side at the moment of Stacy as play call comes in. 32 on the play clock. There's a snap, high snap. They get it to Gibson, and he's going to power his way down to the 22. Gain of 2. To bring up 2nd and 8 for Breathitt County.
Clock 2:30 in the first quarter. Bobcats trail 14-0. Clock ticking as the play comes in. Bobcats look at their wristband for the play.
Halfback on each side of Stacy in the backfield. Shotgun formation, ball still on that right hash. Handoff goes to Corey Combs going right side. Breaks a tackle. Able to get about a yard and get down to the 21 of the Pirates, where it would be 3rd and about 7. And this is more than likely 4-down territory for the Bobcats.
Yes, sir. 1:45 to go in the first. 14-0. Bobcats trail Belfry in the opening game of the 2023 Kentucky High School football season. Biggest game in the mountains, according to Jared Peck at the Lexington Herald Leader.
Shotgun formation for Breathitt County. Stacy has bowling to his right. High snap. Stacy gets it, and he goes down. And that's killer back at the 26-yard line.
Just lucky to recover that one. Good hands by Stacy to just recover that ball.
Breathitt County, at the very least, was hoping to get some positive yardage to make 4th down a little more manageable. But now it's going to be 4th and 12 at the Pirate 26.
We are under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter.
Breathitt County going to be in the gun. There's the snap. Stacy dropping straight back. Rolls to his left. Stops. Tries to hit Sperry. Complete. Down to the 2. Breathitt County has it 1st and goal with 35 to play here in the first. So on 4th and 12, Breathitt County with a 24-yard pass. See if they set it at the 2. It looked like that's where it was. It might be the 3 where they're going to set it down at. I believe it is.
Nice pass play.
23-yard pitch and catch from Stacy to Sperry.
So they had their timing right on that particular play. Looked good.
Breathitt County going to go with the stack formation to the right out of the Wildcat with Combs running the Wildcat, and he'll go into the end zone for a touchdown, Breathitt County.
At the 22nd mark in the first quarter, Bobcats on the scoreboard. First touchdown of the season.
14-6 the score. Good drive that time for the Bobcats. Earned every yard they got, completed a few passes, got the run game going, and capped it off with a 3-yard scamper by Corey Combs. Trying to cut this deficit in half now is Braxton Terry for Breathitt County. He comes on to attempt the extra point. Kick is going to be wide left, though, and it's no good. 14-6, Belfry, 20 seconds to play in the first. Back in one. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as we get ready. Breathitt County gets ready to kick it away. That's Terry to kick it. Belfry will field it at the 20. That is number 2, Woolham for the Pirates. And he'll get it across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line.
14 seconds to play in the first.
And it'll be good field position for the Pirates. They're going to mark it at the 39, looks like. So Belfry first and 10 at their own 39. If Breathitt County could muster some kind of a turnover, at least get a stop of some sort, get right back in this ball game. Belfry came out, jumped ahead, 14-0. Breathitt County's cut it down to 14-6. Here's a misdirection play, handoff going to Cottle, and he's going to cross the 40, get up to the 42. More than likely the last play of the first quarter, and when we come back, it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Pirates. Belfry leads Breathitt County 14-6 after 1. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. It will be second, and they're going to say 6 for the Pirates at their own 43-yard line.
Quarter number 2.
As wing T for the Pirates, Varney goes under center. Young directly behind him. Wing backs each way, split out wide to the left. And they're going to give it going right side
Oh, yes.
to number 11, that is Ace Woolham.
Number 2, Jason Tolson.
He'll get forward progress to the 45, looks like. So gain of about 2 brings up 3rd and 4. And this is a big play for the Bobcat defense. Be real nice to be able to get a stop here.
Bobcats defense came up big time on that last play. Tolson with a perfect tackle. 11:20 to play in the first half.
Belfry looking to pass again over the middle, complete to Caden Woolham, and he will score. That is twice that Bobcat defense has been burnt on that play. Right up the middle on the pass.
That score comes at 11-14. Like we said earlier, the Belfry will throw it just enough to keep you honest.
Yep.
20-6 now. Bobcats trail.
As Belfry will attempt the extra point. That will be Nick Savage out to kick. His first one was a bad snap. Didn't even get to try to kick it, to be honest with you.
The extra point attempt. Play clock at 17.
Kick is up, and it is through. 21-6 in favor of Belfry. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. I believe we've got the graphics going now.
And
so
it looks great.
And I want to say a big thank you out to Brandon Griffith helping us with our ticker on the bottom of the screen. As Belfry going to kick it deep. They faked like they were going to onside kick it, and it's picked up by Caden Boland. He's got some room to return this ball. Gets it across the 45, picked it up at the 20, and across the 45 to about the 46.
Now, Steve, I really like the YouTube with the scores on the bottom with the updates like Floyd, Central, and Paintsville 0-0. Got an update from Letcher Central. I'll tell you the update right here after this play. Well,
Breathitt County 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. So good field position here. They do trail 21-6 with 11:07. That's where I was going.
Yes.
On the clock here in the first half. Shotgun formation, 2 wideouts each way. Breathitt County puts a man in motion from right to left. Stacy looking for Gibson out of the backfield. He comes back to his right, and he's just got to get what he can. And very good job by Gibson to get to the 46, only lose a yard. That play looked like it was going to lose 5 or 6 yards initially. So 2nd and 11 coming up for Breathitt County.
10:45 to play in the half. 21-6 Bobcats trail.
Back to the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Gibson will be right side of Stacy. There's a snap. Stacy going to go play action, looking for Turner coming near side. Turner has it down the sideline in the Belfry territory, pushed out of bounds inside the Pirate 35, or at the Pirate 35-yard line.
Just what the Bobcats needed.
And Breathitt County, even though that's a pass, that's really a run play. It's an underneath pass. Breathitt County catch and run into positive territory at the Pirate 35. Going to go back to the same formation. Ball on the right hash. 21-6, Belfry the lead. 10:23 to play in the first half. Stacy will have Gibson to his left, out of the gun. Calls for the snap. Looking near sideline as it complete to Sperry. Sperry about the 33-yard line, 32 maybe, where they mark him down.
Update from Letcher Central. Letcher Central 16, Shelby Valley 6. Letcher a future opponent of the Bobcats. Thank you, Mike Watts from Letcher Central with the update. Clock at 10 minutes even now in the second half. 21-6.
Breathitt County, ball still in the right hash, trips to the left, wide receiver to the right. Caden Bowling in the backfield. He'll sit right side of Stacy. I've got 2nd and 7 for Breathitt County at the Belfry 32. Breathitt County tried to draw the Pirates off sides. They did not jump. Stacy with the snap now. Good pass protection. Looking for the wheel route to Bowling. Complete! Complete inside the 10. Belfry says no. And the thing here, if you were at any other level above high school, there's probably a replay, but not in high school. Ball will be set down at the 10-yard line, and Breathitt County moving the ball on the offensive side now. Again, still need to get a couple of stops here defensively, but 9:20 and counting to play in the first half. 21-6 Belfry. Breathitt County driving. They're at the 10, so it will be 1st and goal. Breathitt County trips to the left, wide receiver to the right. Bowling right side of Stacy. They're going to give it to Bowling up the middle. He's going to get knocked down, pushed down, and land at the 8-yard line. Gain of a couple of yards there.
9 minutes to go in this half.
Breathitt County looks like they're bringing in the bigs and maybe going to the gun. No, they're going to go Wildcat, overload the right side potentially. No, overload's going left. I apologize. Looks like Corey Combs.
Play clock at 12.
Combs going to take the direct snap. He's going to follow he's got to pick it up, though. He's going to fall on it. High snap went over his head, and he's going to fall down back at the 18-yard line. Loss of 10 for the Bobcats.
8:15. That will push the Bobcats back. 8:15 to go in this half.
Mark it at the 17. So 3rd and goal for the Bobcats at the 17-yard line of Belfry.
Bobcats trail 21-6. Trying to get something going here in the second quarter.
2 wideouts each way. Gibson left side of Stacy trying to set up the screen. Belfry read it very well. And Stacy did a good job of getting that incomplete in traffic without anything bad happening there. So good job, Stacy.
Just to get rid of that ball. And we got a timeout on the field here. I think Coach Moore.
Let's take it with them. 21-6. Belfry leads Breathitt County. 7:44 to play in the first half. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 4th and goal coming up at the Belfry 17-yard line. One shotgun formation, put a man in motion. Now have halfbacks on each side of Stacy as the max protects. Stacy scrambling around. Got to look to throw. He's going to heave it into the end zone, and it will be tipped and almost caught off the ricochet by the Bobcats. It'll be incomplete, and Belfry will take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
7:34 to go in the first half. 21-6 Bobcats trail.
Stacy did a good job keeping that play alive, doing everything he can to get the ball to his receiver. Belfry showing some good pass rush up front.
Making Stacy uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Belfry, 1st and 10, in the worst field position they've had to start a drive. They have scored every time they've touched the ball so far. They lead it 21-6, going in the wing tee. Varney under center. Going to give it coming near side to Cottle. Cottle going to get wrapped up and dropped at the 20 by the Breathitt County defense. Gain of 3. And that brings up 2nd and 7 for the Pirates.
Clock ticking just out of the playbook of Coach Philip Haywood. Get a lead and grind it out. 7 minutes to play in the first half. We do want to thank everyone for tuning in to WJSN 97.3 and watching on the YouTube channel. And Steve Nace has done a tremendous job. Thank you, Steve.
We've had some issues with our graphics, but that's okay. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the far sideline by the Belfry Pirates. We will take the timeout with them back in 1 minute. 21-6 Belfry back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Belfry coming up with a 2nd and 7 at their own 20. As we come out of the timeout, they lead Breathitt County 21-6. Shotgun formation that time. Going to give it to Woolham. That's Caden Woolham going right side, and he's been able to break it and going to be knocked down from behind. Was that Abner or was that Turner? I want to say Turner coming from the near side.
A big run by Woolham.
Yeah, he's burned them on a few plays. A lot of them have been the pass plays up the middle.
Yes. 6:46 to play in the half. 21-6.
And 1st and 10 for the Pirates at their own 45. Referee going to be in the wing T pistol. And coming near side of the option, giving it to Cottle. Cottle breaks some tackles, and he's going to be gone unless Bowling can catch him from behind. It doesn't look like he's going to, and that is a touchdown, Belfry.
At the 6:20 mark.
55-yard scamper for Cottle and the Belfry Pirates. It's 27-6, trying to make it 28-6. Extra point pending.
Belfry ranked number 6 in preseason into 3A. And they're proving it. Bobcats playing hard.
Kick is up, looks good from here, and it is good. Belfry leads it 28-6. 6:20 to play in the first half. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 28-6, the graphic on YouTube if you're watching, not reading it correctly, is Breathitt County on the kickoff return here. Isaac Turner winds up getting tripped up as he crosses the 40. Going to get it across to about the 43-yard line.
Nice run by Isaac Turner, 5'8" sophomore for the Bobcats. 6:15 to play here in the second quarter. Belfry 28, Bobcats 16.
Good field position for the Bobcats. They've started moving the ball very well the last few drives. No points in the last one. They got a touchdown earlier than that, had pulled within a score. Belfry has since stretched it out to a 3-score differential. 6:15 to play in the first half. Breathitt County in the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Halfback left side of Stacy. There's a snap. Stacy looking. Now he's going to roll. Trying to hit a guy on the run, and that was Turner. Threw it behind him, almost intercepted, and that'll go incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for Breathitt County.
Stops the clock at 6:07.
Got to be careful throwing those like that.
Bobcats trying to get some offense before halftime. A score, maybe forcing a Belfry turnover to change this momentum.
Breathitt County looks for the play call from the sideline. Ball sitting still at the 43 of Breathitt County. 2nd and 10 as the play call comes in. 2 wideouts each way. There's a snap. Handoff up the middle. That's Gibson still on his feet, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage before being thrown down. Breathitt County just not able to muster a whole lot here.
Clock ticking at 5:50.
They do have 109 total yards of offense. I've got a -4 on the ground. Of course, some of that's bad snaps that they've had to take and drop down. Breathitt County going to be in the gun. Trips left, wide out to the right. Stacy with the snap. Goes play action. Looking deep down the near sideline to Turner. Isaac Turner looked like he caught it. They're going to give the catch inside the 40 of Belfry. 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
Nice catch by Turner. Nice throw pass by Stacy.
Going to say the 36 of Belfry. 21-yard pitch and catch for the Bobcats.
5:19 to play in the first half.
Breathitt County 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Bowling's going to sit right side of Stacy. Going shovel pass inside. It was dangerous in traffic. And they're going to maybe lose a yard back to the 37. Who was that caught that? That was Turner. He's going to take it to 37. 2nd and 11 coming up for Breathitt County.
5 minutes in the first half. Bobcats trying to generate some offense. Waiting for the play to come in, play calls to come in.
2 wideouts each way. Breathitt County with Bowling to the left of Stacy. Ball on the right hash. Stacy looking near sideline, has it complete to Sperry. Sperry makes a man miss. Inside the 5th, it's going to be 25. And maybe down to the 24-yard line, looks like, before getting pushed out of bounds with 4.5 to play in the first half.
Nice catch and yards after the catch by Spurry.
There's a gain of 13 on 2nd and 11. So Breathitt County 1st and 10. Again, moving the ball well. Of course, doing it more through the air than on the ground.
Yes.
And Breathitt County going to go with a quick huddle with just the running back and lineman. They break it with 15 on the play clock. Trying to cut into a deficit where Belfry leads 28-6 with 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Stacy looking to pass. Looking for, wanted to throw it to Sperry. Belfry good defense. He's going to tuck and run. Will Stacy going to be forced out of bounds inside the 20, right around the 19-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the keeper. Let's stop the clock at 4:22.
Bobcats trying to get on the scoreboard here. Add to their 6 points. Play clock at 25.
Stacy going to be in the gun. To his left will be Bowling. And 2 wideouts each way. They're stacked on the right side. Now, Bowling will move to the right of Stacy. There's a snap, high snap. Stacy gets it. And trying to get it to Turner, near side. It goes incomplete and brings up second. And it's going to be 3rd and 5.
That will stop the clock at 4:19. Bobcats trying to find this end zone. Some stingy Belfry defense. Play clock at 22 now and counting.
Down and distance on the scoreboard says 1st and 10, and it's going to continue to do that. That's the problem that Hubert's had, with the scoreboard. Shotgun formation, halfback each side of Stacy in the backfield on 3rd and 5. They're going halfback pass. That is a wounded duck as Bowling's arm got hit. It's going to be Gibson's arm got hit as he tried to release the pass.
Yeah.
And that will go incomplete and brings up 4th down.
Hit right in the elbow.
Yeah, that was a wounded duck from the get-go.
Yeah. But you can see the Bobcats had that in their playbook. Early on, you see the Bobcats timing will get better on pass routes. Run routes, they will improve as the season goes on.
Shotgun formation, halfback each side of Stacy. That was Gibson to the left, Bowling to the right. And pass intended for Tincher is overthrown, goes incomplete. And it'll be turnover on downs. Belfry will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Breathitt County's defense looking for the first stop of the night. Belfry has had it 4 times. They have scored every time.
Bobcats need a stop here to have some positive energy going into halftime. Clock is stopped at 4:08 in the second quarter.
Belfry going to go back to the wing tee. Varney will be under center this time. Turn and give it up the middle to Young. Yeah, flag came up from behind. I'm wondering if that is hold or illegal shift. Illegal shift looks like against the Pirates. Assume Breathitt County will take that and replay 1st down.
And Hubert turns the lights on here in the media booth.
They'll take it back to the 14 where Belfry will have it 1st and 15.
Once again, we are on YouTube, WJSN. We're streaming right now. This game is live on YouTube. Copy in WJSN.
Yeah, WJSN 97.3. As Belfry in the wing. Varney goes under center. You're going to pitch it wide side to Woolham. Woolham going to get to the corner, and when he does so, he's very dangerous. He's going to be cut down, though, as he gets to that sideline. Across the 20 and up to the 22. Gain of about 8. Brings 2nd and 7 for Belfry.
3:40 and counting, clock ticking.
Well, they're going to mark it at 23. I apologize. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Pirates waiting for the play call to come in. They had a player coming onto the field. Now he actually splits out wide to the right. Varney under center. Puts him in motion. They fake it to him, give it to Young up the middle. Breathitt County right there. They weren't pulled that time. And Young gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Now, if you're Breathitt County, find number 11, Caden Woolham.
Fine. Yes, I agree.
He's the one.
6'3" senior.
And he's went up the middle twice on these 3rd and long plays, and he's burnt Breathitt County for touchdown receptions each time. Find him.
2:40 to play in the half.
Pistol wing tee for the Pirates. As Varney going to keep it. Near side coming with a quick option. And Cottle gets hit, spins off the tackle. He's got the first. Now gets spun to the ground and suplexed. And they say this is not a contact sport.
Flag.
Or not a throwing sport. I apologize. Yeah, I guess they're saying the whistle was blown just before that. So if that's the case, then yes, okay.
28-6, Bobcats.
Officials are talking to figure out what's going on or what they're going to call exactly and where they're going to mark it off from. That is a first down, it appeared anyway, regardless. So they're going to mark it off from the 27, it appears. Is that right? I thought he got forward progress a little farther than that. 32-yard line, yes. Nope, they're marking it off from 27. So if they set this down at the 42, the 27 is where they went. They'll set it down at the 44.
2:26 to play in the half. 28-6.
Belfry trying to add to a big lead, like James said, 28-6. As Varney looking to throw, coming near sideline, overthrows Caden Woolham, and it goes incomplete, brings up second down. Stops the clock at 2:09.
Lights is on here, are on at the riverbank. In Jackson, Kentucky, opening night of high school football action across the Commonwealth.
Ball on the right hash for 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. Going to be in the pistol wing tee. Put a man in motion from left to right. That is Woolham. They're going to pitch it to him on that far side. That option play. He's got the first down to the 45 of Breathitt County, and Belfry with an injured player on the field, right in the middle of the field. And he seems to be in a lot of pain, holding his knee. I don't know who that is. Hopefully the young man winds up being okay. And let's take a quick 1-minute break. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back, they're able to get the injured player, Caden Varney, up, and they're going to have to help him off the field. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to put any pressure on that leg. Hopefully the young man's okay and doesn't have to miss much time for his injury.
Varney, a sophomore, 6'3", 163.
The wide receiver who's on the near side on the play. So we get back to action. Again, hopefully Caden Varney is okay. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates.
$1:59 to play in this half.
So it's at the Breathitt County 44 for the Pirates. Out of the wing T pistol, handoff up the middle to Young. And he's going to be near first down yards, down to the 35 of Breathitt County. Do we have flags? Yes, we got a flag on the near side. Hold the phone. Is that going to be a sideline warning? I don't know.
28-6. 150 to go in the
Illegal procedure against Belfry. So they'll back him up 5 yards. So that negates a 9-yard carry for Belfry. Make it 1st and 15. Clock stopped at 1:50 to play, quarter number 2. Belfry leading Breathitt County 28-6. Belfry has mustered almost 300 yards of offense so far. Breathitt County sitting at 147. They've moved the ball fairly well in their last few drives. Just not been able to punch it in. Varney out of the pistol, rolling to his right, looking downfield. Has a man there. It's caught and complete again. That is Woolham, Caden Woolham. And it's a touchdown, Belfry. 34-6 Pirates. Comes at 1:25 here in the second.
Bobcats throwing the ball a lot more than seasons past.
I mean, Pirates throwing the ball.
Yeah. 125 that score was. I was watching Barney. He's just a sophomore.
And on the kick again is Savage. Hold down, kick up, and it is good. Make it 35-6, Belfry. 1:25 to play in the first half, back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as Belfry leading Breathitt County 35-6, 1:25 to play in the first half. And if you're watching YouTube, apologize about the graphics. We're trying to get all that worked out as Newsom kicks it away for the Pirates. Breathitt County will pick it up at the 15. That is Caden Bowling. On the return, you're going to cross the 30, get to about the 34. I said Caden Bowling. I apologize. It was Isaac Turner. Got near the 35. I'm going to say 34, where they're going to set the ball down.
Bobcats trying to punch one in. Breathitt County trying to get on the scoreboard. They scored 6 points early. Need some positive energy going into the halftime break.
Yeah, need to get something going. 2 wideouts each way out of the gun for the Bobcats. Stacy looking to pass. He's going deep down the near side. That's Sperry with a nice catch at the 30. You just throw that ball up.
They got a face mask flag thrown.
Is that face mask or is that going to be pass interference? One way or the other. Let's see. Not going to score anything till I get the official call.
Spurry, one of the most athletic players in
Personal
Kentucky.
foul against Belfry. I assume you were right there, James, with the face mask. That'll make it even better for the Bobcats. The ball was sitting at the 27 of Belfry. See if Breathitt County can get something on the board here.
1:14 to play in this first half.
We'll set the ball back down. Should be right around the, we're going to say 14-yard line. So Breathitt County 1st and 10. Good field position. We got a whistle and a timeout. Timeout Belfry. Let's take the timeout with them once again. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 1st and 10 for Breathitt County at the Belfry 14-yard line. Stacy looking to pass, looking in the end zone with Turner there. Did he get in? No, he got pushed out of bounds. And that's probably a good call. Good defense there. And defender, once Turner touches it, defender can push him out. Turner caught it, and what was a good effort to try to get that ball, his foot in bounds, wound up going out just beyond that back line there.
But nice play from that timeout. Play clock at 22.
A couple of things, make note real quick. Thank you, Rick Hensley, for running the camera for us tonight. Brandon Griffith doing some stuff in the background for us. Appreciate that. We've showed it off a little bit. We've had other issues and been able to really get it going as Corey Combs going to get the handoff here, going to be tripped up from behind, down around the 11-yard line. And we tick under a minute here. Gain of 3, 3rd and 7 coming up for Breathitt County.
Bobcats trying to punch one in here before the half. 40 seconds to go.
Halfbacks on each side of Stacy. There's a snap. Stacy going with a dead sprint to the left side. He's going to get maybe a yard, tripped up at the 10. And it'll be 4th and 6 for Breathitt County.
20 seconds.
Breathitt County trying to do everything they can to not give Belfry any time to run any plays. And they're going to do just that. They're going to run it down, maybe call timeout, as Coach Moore is standing beside the official with 2 seconds, I believe, 2. They're going to call the timeout. So we've got a timeout on the field. We will take it with them, and we will be back again in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Three seconds will be on the clock when things get going again. 35-6, Belfry leads Breathitt County with 4th and 6 coming up. Bobcats are going to get a chance to run one play here if they can get the clock set.
some discussion in the press box.
We're not going to repeat anything we heard, but just having a good time out of it. 35-6 the score. Again, I apologize. We don't have our graphics on there at the moment. Hopefully we can get that set and going for the second half as Breathitt County in shotgun formation, halfback each side of Stacy. Going with a throwback on the quarterback, but Stacy slipped and fell on the pass attempt, and that's it for the first half. It'll be 35-6 Belfry at the half, and we will take let's take a 2-minute break. Be back in 2 minutes with some halftime stats. Back in 2. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as we are at the half where the Belfry Pirates lead the Breathitt County Bobcats 35-6. Belfry with 14 in the first, 21 in quarter number 2, giving them their 35. Breathitt's 6 came in the first quarter. Belfry jumped out 14-0 early. Breathitt cut it to 14-6, and Belfry 21 unanswered in that second quarter. Going to run down some stats real quick for Belfry. 344 total offensive yards, 194 on the ground, 150 through the air, 14 first downs in the first half. For the Bobcats, 190 total offensive yards, 185 through the air, 5 on the ground. Individual stats real quick. Chase Varney, 3 of 4 passing, 150 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And receiving for Belfry is Caden Woolham, 3 receptions, 150 yards, and 3 touchdown receptions. Every time it's been in a passing situation for Belfry, they found him, and he's put it in the end zone.
Yes, he has.
Individual rushing for Belfry, Dre Young, 4 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Caden Woolham, 7 carries, 68 yards, and a score. Dre Young, I said Dre Young a minute ago, 4 for 68. That's Ace Cottle, 4 for 68, and a score. Dre Young had 5 for 40, and then Chase Varney, 2 for 18. Breathitt County passing. Dylan Stacy is 12 of 21 with 185 yards passing, and receiving for the Bobcats, Isaac Turner, 5 receptions, 85 yards. Austin Sperry, 4 for 78. Caden Bowling, 1 for 22. Jaden Gibson caught 1 for -1 yard. Corey Combs caught 1 for 1 yard. Breathitt County has a couple of bad snaps. It's led to -14 team rushing yards. On the carries after that, Corey Combs, 3 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. Jaden Gibson, 5 for 4. And Dylan Stacy, 2 for 6. Caden Bowling does have 1 carry for 2 yards. Some team stats real quick. Belfry, actually Breathitt County leading the time of possession so far. Don't have that exact, so I'm not going to read that number, but Breathitt County winning time of possession. Belfry been able to punch their scores in without having to take a lot of time off the clock. But total offensive plays, Breathitt County 35 for 190, an average of 5.4 yards per play. Belfry 22 for 344 yards, an average of 15.6. Breathitt County 2 of 8 on third down, and Belfry 3 of 3. Breathitt County 1 for 3 on fourth down conversions. So Belfry winning on the scoreboard, they're winning the stats columns as well. That's generally what happens when it's 35-6 at the half. Belfry will get the ball to start quarter number 3, and while we're at it, let's take a 7-minute break, and we will be back in 7 minutes with some halftime scores. Back in 7. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
back here at the half where the Belfry Pirates lead the Breathitt County Bobcats 35-6. And running down some scores, you see the one on the screen there. Leslie County over Prestonsburg, 15-8. We also have Bell, 7-0 over North Laurel. Floyd Central and Paintsville tied at 8 in the second quarter. Lawrence County leading Rowan County 26-14 at the half. Johnson Central over Madison Central in the third, 14-6. Pikeville beat Pulaski 34-12. That game is final, so Pikeville moves to 1-0. And then Martin County up over Hazard 20-0 in the third. We are roughly 5 minutes away from the start of quarter number 3. Of course, if you're listening to us on the radio, just want to remind you we are broadcasting live on YouTube as well. So you can go onto YouTube and search WJSN 97.3, and you'll see the game live there. We finally got our score graphics figured out, and again, appreciate Rick Hensley running the camera for us. Brandon Griffith helping us at home behind the scenes with some other things. And we're at the half, about 4.5 away from the start of quarter number 3. Let's send it back to the station for a 4-minute break. We will be back in 4 minutes. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We get ready for the start of quarter number 3 as Breathitt County trails Belfry 35-6. Belfry a 14-6 lead after one. They scored 21 unanswered in the second quarter, and Belfry will receive the kick to start the third quarter as two teams finishing up their halftime warm-ups, getting ready to get back to action. And, you know, for Belfry, they've had it working and clicking on both sides of the football. Breathitt County has moved the ball and moved it well at times, and they've been inside the 20 twice without a couple of scores. Give credit to Belfry defense. Of course, some of that Breathitt County getting some bad breaks. Guy slips down on what looks to be a wide open play, first down more than likely, possibly a touchdown. Another one was a really good play by the defensive back for Belfry, pushing the Breathitt County receiver out of the back of the end zone before he could get his foot down for the completion. But Breathitt has had opportunities to get this score closer than the 35-6 as our graphic now goes wild. But anyway, Breathitt County going to be kicking the ball away here to start the third.
And we have a lot of media coverage here this evening.
Yeah, we're streaming. There's a few others streaming too.
I was doing a halftime interview with Hometown 24. They was rebroadcast on WJSN. Talking really good about the world famous sports talk. Has some of those guys on the show. David Adams, longtime coach at North Central girls basketball. (35-6) as we get ready to get started here. I tell you what, the Belfry Pirates mixes it up just enough on that run and pass to keep you
Breathitt County an onside kick that will be recovered by Belfry at their own 49-yard line. That was number 15, Atkins, falling on it for the Pirates. Anticipated Breathitt County trying to get the ball back quickly here to start the third. Belfry trying to punch it in, trying to get a running clock here. 35-6 as we start the third quarter. Belfry 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. So good field position to start this drive. Varney will be in the wing T pistol, standing at his own 45 to get the snap and gives it up the middle to Young. Young will be met by a couple of Bobcats. Tolson to finish it off as he gets across the 50 down to about the 47 of Breathitt County.
I tell you, Steve, our YouTube streaming, the picture is clear as a bell with the graphics. Just a very, very good job by WJSN and you, Rick Hensley.
Another injured Pirate down in the field. I believe this looks like it could be cramps, and I hate to diagnose anything, but based off the way he's laying there, the way they're going to stretch him out, yeah. And in this situation, it's been hot all year, and cramps as far as injuries go, cramps the one that you can really deal with. Yeah, it hurts. You can stretch it out, but most of the time, able to come back in.
You see more cramps early in the season, and especially on humid games, hot. The temperature.
Now,
hot.
This weather today, James, is going to kind of spoil everybody. It's a real cool, not cold, but a cooler night than what we've been having. Now, next week, I believe next Friday, 90, 95
Monday
temperatures.
May be a record high. So those folks thinking it's early fall, just hold your horses.
It will change quickly. As they say in Kentucky, you don't like the weather, just wait about 5 minutes, and it'll change for you. Again, some close games here going on. Johnson Central, Madison Central, 14-6 in the third. Good ball game there. Painesville, Floyd Central tied at 8 at the half.
Got an update from Whitesburg. It is Lesher Central 30, Shelby Valley 12. Got a freshman quarterback for The Cougars.
Letcher Central, another team that's on Breathitt's schedule. Again, next week they go to Perry. Perry and Belfry scrimmage last Friday, and Young is up walking up.
Looks like.
I believe they've able to get that stretched out a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in the ball game. 11:43 to play here in the third. It's 35-6. When play resumes, Belfry will have it 2nd and 6. And turned off the 1st and 10 marker on the scoreboard here because it's not working on the scoreboard there. 2nd and 6 for the Pirates. Look to be in the wing tee pistol once again. But as I say that, I believe Varney now going to go under center, as he does.
11:30 clock ticking.
Belfry. Varney on the keeper. He's going to come near side. Slide down at the 45. Gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
11-13, 35-6. Belfry is a juggernaut of a team and will only get better. But the Bobcats will improve too. You'll see a big improvement from this Friday to next Friday at Prairie Central.
Oh, absolutely. As Varney going to go back under center once again. 3rd and 4 coming up for Belfry. 10:44 to play in the third as they're going to pitch it right side to Caden Woolham, and he's going to house it.
Got a hole.
There's no flag, so this will count. Touchdown for Belfry, 41-6.
At the 10:33 mark.
Those penalties get a little harder to come by when the team trying to get the running clock has got a guy running down the sideline.
Yes,
so.
yes.
10:33 mark. Belfry leads at 41-6. Breathitt County will get the ball back here in a moment. As Savage attempts the extra point, kick is up. It's good. 42-6 Belfry, and we will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Belfry getting ready to kick it away here as they lead Breathitt County 42-6. Newsom approaches the football, kicks it away. Breathitt County will field it at the 18. That's Isaac Turner. He's had a few decent returns. This one's going to get it across the 35 to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line.
Good return. 9:12 to play in the third. 42-6. Bobcats trying to generate some offense here.
As Stacy in the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Gibson will be left side of Stacy in the back, but they're going to give it to Gibson. Coming near side, going to get it across the 38 to about the 39. Second 9 coming up for Breathitt County.
Bobcats, of course, facing a stingy Pirate defense. 8 minutes.
Stacy looking to pass. Threw it high to Sperry, and it'll fall incomplete.
And he hauled that one in with a one-handed grab.
Very athletic and jumped extremely high. And 3rd and long coming up for Breathitt County.
.42-6.
Breathitt County with 3rd and 8 out of the gun. 2 wide receivers each way. Going to go fake the end around. Looking down the middle for Sperry, and it will be complete. He'll get it inside the 20, down about the 18-yard line.
Nice pass play from Stacy to Sperry. We got a player cramping here, I think.
That's Woolham. He's ran all over the field, 100 yards rushing, 150 yards receiving. He's cramping, sitting around the Belfry 32-yard line as play will stop for the injury. Hopefully he'll be okay. We're going to set it down at the 18-yard line of Belfry when play resumes. And while we've got another minute, let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County will have it 1st and 10 at the Belfry 18-yard line as play resumes here. Trying to cut into a 42-6 lead by the Belfry Pirates. Breathitt County in the gun. A couple of wide receivers each way. Gibson right side of Stacy in the backfield. Stacy with the snap. And we've got a flag. And what's the illegal shift or illegal shift against Breathitt County, and they will decline the penalty. Stacy got dropped back at the 23.
Second down for the Bobcats. 6:50 to go in the 3rd.
We'll mark it at the 23-yard line. Stacy in the gun again. 2 wideouts each way. Gibson to his right. Takes a snap. Rolls right side. Avoids the sack for the moment. Cuts it back upfield inside the 20. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. What a play by Stacy to avoid the sack that time. Looked like he was going to get caught and go down. They're going to mark it down at the 19, but nice play by Stacy there to keep it from being worse than it was. Got positive yards.
Avoid the turnover and got some positive yards. We're under the 6-minute mark. Just a reminder, the world famous Sports Talk will be on Monday.
Breathitt County again in the gun. Trips to the right. Wide receiver to the left. Here's Stacy looking to throw all kinds of time, but the rush comes at him now, and the throw is going to be wide right of Turner and incomplete.
5:30 to play.
There is a flag, though. Let's see what that's about. It's sitting over at the 20-yard line on the far side.
Madison Central 14.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Belfry and unsportsmanlike conduct against Breathitt. And we have offsetting penalties that there's no reason to call.
Hazard trails Martin County in the third, 20-0.
So 4th and 11 coming up for Breathitt County.
Play clock at 15.
As Gibson left of Stacy. Trips to the right, a wide receiver to the left. Stacy coming near side, has it complete to Holland. Holland trying to break some tackles. It's going to be dropped at the 15. So able to get some yards, but not enough. So it was a gain of about 4 on the play. And Belfry will take over on downs. They lead it 42-6 with 4:19 and counting here in the third.
4:15, like Steve said, 42-6. Bobcats need to make some positive plays here on defense, something to build on as the season progresses.
As Belfry will line up with the ball on the left hash. Varney still in at QB. And going to be in the wing. He's going to go under center. 23 on the play clock as he does so. There's a snap. They turn to give it to Eli Cottle. He's going from left side to right side. Tried to get to the corner, but Breathitt County able to bring him down before he really gets there and maybe gets to the 16-yard line. So minimal gain, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Clock ticking at 3:20.
Ball will sit in the middle of the field here. And if you're Breathitt County, you got to find positives from this game. You know, you've been able to move the football. You've not been able to punch it in, but you've been able to move the football. 238 yards offense, 232 through the air. Now, you've only got 6 yards rushing on the ground, but add 14 back because 14 on 2 bad snaps really brought it backwards. As back to the wing tee, they give it to the fullback up the middle, and Breathitt County there to stop him. Gets it to about the 18, so it's a gain of about 2. Got to catch the – it's not Young. Who was that in there at the fullback spot for Belfry? Was that 16, Jeremiah Austin?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that's who that was.
Jeremiah Austin. 2:20 now in the third.
I'll mark it. It was a gain of 2, so it will be 3rd and 7 for the Pirates. This is where they've been hitting Breathitt County on those long pass plays, which is not something you hear a lot from Belfry, but, you know, they do have 150 yards passing tonight. All of it to Caden Woolham. Wing T. Go with the option. Ball on the ground. Varney will fall back on it back at the 10-yard line. Breathitt County blew that play up, and hopefully Varney's okay. He's laying down. He's asking for somebody to help him up. I believe he's going to be all right.
Yeah, like Steve said, Bobcats read that one well.
And fell on it. They're going to mark it back at the 11, so it's a loss of 7.
Play clock 15. Game clock 1:20 in the third. And Belfry just taking their time.
Yeah, they're going to run it down, maybe take a timeout, maybe take the penalty. They're going to take the timeout, looks like. We'll take it with them. 42-6, Belfry, 1:05 to play here in the third, back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
1:05 to play here in the third. Belfry will be in punt formation for the first time tonight. Trying to see who that is that's punting for the Pirates. As Breathitt County has a couple back deep to receive, and punt gets away. That was Varney, fielded at the 41 of Belfry on a fair catch.
45 seconds to play in the third.
Stat software heard me say 41. That's exactly what it came up to. It's like, hey, all right, that's good. So Breathitt County, good field position here. They've had, and this is the thing, they've had opportunities. They could have had at least 2, if not 3 more scores on the board. But, you know, I mean, ifs and buts and all that stuff. But opportunity here to, you got to work on positives. You got another game next week. You go on the road to Perry Central. Perry returned a lot from last year's team that beat Breathitt.
You know, Belfry is not as big as the past, but they are quicker than the past.
Breathitt County, a quick wide receiver screen left side to Sperry, and that'll be the final play of the third. Sperry gets it inside the 40 down to about 36. And with that, we go to the fourth and final quarter, 42-6. Belfry leads Breathitt County. We will be back in 1 minute for the fourth and final. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 2nd and 5 at the Belfry 36-yard line as we start the fourth and final quarter. Stacy goes play action, rolling to his right, trying to set it up to Turner, and pressure that time from Chapman of Belfry didn't allow Stacy to get much on it, and it will fall incomplete. 3rd and 5 for Breathitt County.
The fourth and final quarter, 11:30 to play. Bobcats trail 42-6.
Shotgun formation for Breathitt County. Bowling will be left side of Stacy. Trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. That's Sperry all to himself to the left. Stacy looking for Bowling near side, has it complete at the 25, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
Like Steve said, trying to build on. It's a long season of football. Left to play. We're just getting started. Prairie Central next week at Prairie Central.
You know, it wasn't a few years ago. Belfry started out 0-5 and went on a big run in the 3A state playoffs.
They won the state championship, right?
They did.
Yeah.
So
first one of 8 state championships.
And we've talked about it, Brett. It's schedule early. You got Belfry, then you go on the road to Perry, you come back for Lewis County, and then you're on the road to Johnson Central. So Breathitt County out of the gun. Stacy looking to pass, looking in the end zone for Sperry, and that ball will be incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Breathitt County.
Steve to our left, the Breathitt County Den getting the extension. Looks very nice.
Yeah, getting a second floor there for storage and some other things, but it cuts off that corner to us.
It
does. Was just watching the official on what the call was, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Breathitt County.
We're at 10 minutes.
Back to the gun. Couple of wideouts each way. Bowling will be right side of Stacy in the backfield. Ball in the left hash. Breathitt County trying to get another score on the board here. Stacy's looking to pass. double clutches and then throws an interception. And that's intercepted by Cottle at around the 10-yard line. He gets it up to about the 17.
Get off the keys. Yeah, we found a set of keys up here brought to us in the press box. Got a set of keys. Anybody that's lost a set, J-Rod needs just let the folks know.
We'll mark it down at the 15.
PA man, J-Rod, former Bobcat.
So again, Breathitt County drives and they do not score. Bobcats 254 yards offense. They've got to learn to finish drives, James.
It'll come.
And it will. They'll get that passing game down a little bit better than what it is right now.
You know, the Bobcats hasn't made a ton of mistakes tonight. They played great, but not played.
There's been some lost assignments on defense and a few things here and there.
Not a ton.
Nothing major in here. As we say that, here goes Belfry. And I believe, is that number 20? Is that 23, Barney?
Excuse me.
That is number 10, Ace Cottle.
Yeah.
Do we have
Ace Cottle, a sophomore?
There's a flag on the field at the 40 on the far sideline. Is that a flag or is that just something over on the far sideline? I don't know.
Can't see for sure. So is there a flag?
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Belfry. The touchdown's good.
And we got some cramps over there from that young man, Ace Cottle, a third Belfry player with cramps. 8 minutes to play. Big crowd here, was a big crowd here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Martin County leading Hazard. Hazard, a future Bobcat opponent. Martin 20, Hazard 0. Leslie County 15, Prestonsburg 8. 2 Breathitt County opponents down the road. Floyd and Paintsville have been tied at 8 for a while. 7:15 to play as Belfry goes for the extra point attempt. Play clock at 22. Game clock at 7:05.
Extra point was no good. 48-6 Belfry. And let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
.540 to play as Belfry gets ready to kick it away. It'll be Newsom to tee it up for the Pirates. 48-6. They've extended their lead here over the Bobcats. 465 yards of offense for the Pirates so far, 315 on the ground. 150 through the air, all in the first half there. As Newsom approaches the tee, kicks it away. The County fields it about the 16-yard line. Right up the gut, that is Turner. And he's going to get it inside Belfry territory at the 45.
Yes, he has, and just can't get that extra step.
But good return. Again, Breathitt County, good field position to start this drive. Going to mark it at the 46 of Belfry, they say, where they put it down. Return was 39 yards for Turner and the Bobcats. Breathitt County trying to punch one in the end zone. They got one in the first quarter, cut it from 14-0 to 14-6, but they've moved the ball well, but they just can't finish their drives. Got to finish it on offense. And they're going to hand it off to Corey Combs, going right side, cuts back to his left, up the middle, down to the 42-yard line, gain of about 4 on the play.
We're close to end on 4 minutes.
Again, Breathitt County on the road next week as they go to Perry Central. And then they'll come back the week after that for the Honey Bowl. It'll be Lewis County at home. There's the ball sitting here on the 42 for 2nd and 6 for the Bobcats. In the gun, halfbacks on each side of Stacy. Give it to Bolin going right side. Got his read up the middle. And there's a horse collar from behind. They didn't pull him all the way down. They just slowed him down with it. And they'll drop him down at the 10, and he is injured as Bolin.
Yeah, he's a hurting.
And here you go. You know, horse collar tackles were deemed penalties because of knee injuries.
And I hope he can walk this off.
And he's able to get up his bowling. But, man, he got he got grabbed from behind.
Horse collar tackle, yeah.
Gee.
No penalty flag. I didn't see one.
No, they didn't call a penalty on it. Should have, but they did not.
Yeah.
As Bowling able to hop off the field. And there is no call.
3:23 to play in this one. Belfry 48, Prestonburg 6. Fans want the flag.
Breathitt County trying to cut into this. They've got 1st and goal from the 10. Halfbacks on each side of Stacy in the back. But they give it to Gibson going right side. He'll punch it inside the 5, down near the 3-yard line.
Bobcats trying to have something to build on for next week. Or they, like Steve said, on the road on Highway 15 South.
Breathitt County has to have player come out because the helmet came off.
2:45. Need something positive here.
2nd and goal for the Bobcats inside the 5. Stacy gives it to Gibson coming near side. He'll jump it across the goal line, and the Bobcats will punch it in with 2:31 to play and counting.
Something positive to build on for Breathitt County as Gibson found the end zone.
48-12. And see if Breathitt County going to go for 2. Looks like keep the offense on the field.
Watch them deer, man.
Bobcats, they've had some bad luck tonight, but I mean they've still don't want to take anything away from Belfry. Their defense is a bend and don't break type defense, and their offense has been spectacular this evening. So hats off to Belfry. Breathitt County giving it to Gibson on the 2-point conversion attempt, and it looks like he's in. Conversion attempt good, and make it 48-14. We will be back in 1 minute. Let's give it 30 seconds. 30 seconds, Kevin. Back in 30 seconds. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back to WJSN 97.3, your King of Mountain Sports. 48-14 Bobcats. Touchdown by Gibson, 2-point conversion, good. So some positive momentum going into next week's game versus Prairie Central, but Belfry is the real deal, ranked 6th in 3A. Bobcats ranked 5th in 2A with 25 seconds to go in this one. Looks like Coach Haywood will get his 473rd win, state leader, a record that will be a long time standing, Steve.
Breathitt County's going to kick it away as Terry will just kick it deep. Going to be fielded about the 13 by Belfry, and he'll slide down, and that'll end the ball game. As that was Cottle who caught that back at the 13, got it across the 15, and then went down. And final score, Belfry 48, Breathitt County 14. Let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be back in 1 minute with some final stats. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to WJSN 97.3 King of Mountain Sports. Belfry gets their first win of the season, 48-14. Bobcats fall to 0-1. Belfry improves to 1-0. Bobcats will play Prairie Central next Friday at Prairie Central.
And if you're watching the YouTube channel, I apologize that it lost the picture of the camera there real quick. But like James said, 48-14 the final here. Going to run down some final stats. For Belfry, 465 total offensive yards, 315 on the ground, 150 through the air, 16 first downs for the Pirates. Breathitt County had 300 offensive yards, 248 through the air, 52 on the ground, 13 first downs. Individual stats for Belfry, Chase Varney, 3 of 4 passing, 150 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Caden Woolham, 3 receptions, 150 receiving with 3 touchdown receptions on the ground. Belfry was led by Ace Cottle, who had that big 85-yard scamper and gave him 5 carries, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Caden Woolham had 8 carries, 100 yards, and a couple of scores. Also carrying the football, Chase Varney, 4 for 13. Dre Young, 6 for 46. Eli Cottle, 1 for 2. And Jeremiah Austin, 1 for 2. Breathitt County passing. Dylan Stacy was 16 for 29. Jaden Gibson and I believe Corey Combs each had an attempted pass and unable to complete either one of those. But anyway, Dylan Stacy was 16 of 29, had a couple of interceptions, but was through for 248 yards. And Breathitt County was led in receiving by Austin Sperry, 6 receptions, 126 yards. And Caden Bowling had 2 for 33. Carter Holland, 1 for 4. Isaac Turner, 5 for 85. Jaden Gibson, 1 for -1. And Corey Combs, 1 for 1. On the ground, Breathitt County led by Caden Bowling, 2 carries, 34 yards. Dylan Stacy, 4 for 5. Jaden Gibson, 8 carries, 16 yards and a score. Corey Combs, 4 carries, 11 yards and a score. And then there were 2 team rushes for -14 yards. Once again, final score tonight, Belfry defeats Breathitt County 48-14. And next week, Bobcats travel to Prairie Central there in Hazard, Kentucky, to take on the Commodores in a return game from last year that Perry County won on a blocked field goal late against Breathitt County. So be on the road next week, and then 2 weeks from tonight, right back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex for the Honey Bowl, Citizens Bank and Trust Honey Bowl. It'll be the Breathitt County Bobcats hosting Lewis County. So that'll be the next 2 weeks here at Perry and then back home for Lewis County. Once again, final score tonight, Belfry 48, Breathitt County 14. Going to sign it off. So for John Bunn, which everybody keep him in your prayers moving forward. Also, Lance Turner. And thank you, Kevin Davidson, for running the board for us back at the station. For my colleague to my right, James Turner, I'm Stephen Nee. Scott is good.
All the time.
Take it away, Kevin Davidson.